Welcome back to another video. This is ZeroBucks, just another dude who likes shmups. This video is going to be something a little different, but a little similar. It's going to be kind of like an express unboxing, but this is official work of the Game Liberation Front, and specifically the SC Division. And what is the SC Division? That is the Sealed Copy Division. What does that mean? Well, it means that I, as a part of the Game Liberation Front Sealed Copy Division, scour the internet and stores and retailers to find shmups that have been abandoned and left sealed and or left on someone's shelf or left on a store shelf, only to never be loved until they reach my grubby little paws. And my goal is to acquire these great games and assimilate them to my collection, open them, and play them. And so without further ado, welcome to the important work of the Game Liberation Front Sealed Copy Division. Now, with that introduction out of the way, I'm trying a different camera angle here on my desk, on my beautiful orange desk mat. And today, what we have for you is five Sega Genesis or MegaDrive games, which were produced recently. They are reproductions of amazing classic shmups. And I'll talk about where I acquired these, and I acquired all of these within the last 2 weeks. And I'll also talk about how much I paid for them, which actually I don't have to talk about how much I paid for them, because essentially I either paid maybe $5 or $10 more than official retail, or in some cases $5 or $10 less than retail. And the cool thing about some of these are, I know a lot of people pre-order these and, they think they're going to sell out. There's a lot of FOMO. But what I do is I usually wait. And if they're available, I'll pick them up. And if I don't get a chance to get them, I'll look on the secondary market. And what happens is scalpers usually buy these and they try to sell them for like double the price. And essentially what happens is, if you wait long enough on a long enough timeline, they pretty much come down to just around retail. So I am saving these games from scalpers, stores, shelves of all types. So without further ado, let's start off with P47MD for MegaDrive. And I just bought this on Castlemania Games' website. And it actually also came with a mini CD soundtrack. This is the only one that really came with something cool like this. And I'll be putting that in the CD player later. But here it is. And this was actually on sale. So what I'm gathering from this is that a lot of these were produced and not so many people picked it up. And, so before you look on the secondary market, if you haven't gotten this and you're interested, and look on regular websites like Castlemania Games. They still have some in stock and they're looking to move them. So this one was cheaper than what it originally was. So let's open it up, because that is the most important part. You have to open all the games and you should play them. All of these cartridges belong inside a Sega Genesis. And so here we go. We've got a beautiful case here, and it comes with a reproduction manual. This game is actually not a reproduction. This is a new game that was shelved, I believe, and it finally made its way out. And I don't know, I haven't heard too much about this game, but P47, there are a couple of games that are out there, and this is a new one in the series. So have you picked this one up? What do you think about it? Have you opened your copy? Do you keep them sealed? If you do, what is your reason for keeping it sealed? I know some people buy these and they think they're going to be valuable later on and maybe want to sell them, but I don't know. I have decided recently that I want to collect some shmups in physical form. And that actually changed since the summer. And I'll talk about that a little bit with the next one as well. So let me get this wrapper out of the way. It does have this kind of cool hype sticker on the back, which I might save if it's savable, but other than that, not really. So the next one up is Gleylancer. Now, I want to talk about this because I actually bought this off the secondary market this past summer. And I actually did a video short of it. And I also did a video short of Gleylancer. And I opened both Gleylancer and Gleylancer before. So this is actually my second copy. But what happened was in the summer, I bought a bunch of physical Sega Genesis shmups. And in the summertime, I decided that I didn't really want to collect them anymore. And so I started selling them off pretty quickly. And I sold Gleylancer and I sold Gleylancer and I sold some of my other original Sega Genesis cartridges, including Thunder Force 3, which I'm regretting right now, and Truxton, and I'm regretting that as well. And so as time went on, I decided to change how I felt about physical copies of shmups, especially older ones, and I decided that I wanted to collect physical again. And so I purchased Gleylancer on the secondary market, and I sold it after I opened it. And now here I am purchasing it again, and I'm going to open it again, but I'm going to keep this one. This is part of my collection now. And so here's Gleylancer. See how easy these are to open. I'm just going to pull that tag. Maybe not. But I love the box art on this one. Oh man, I should have had a tool handy. Edit. I'm just going to use this small little screwdriver to break the seal here. And you know, I understand everybody has different thoughts and feelings about physical games and their collection, and I just don't think it's very precious in that sense. I feel like these games just deserve to be unleashed upon the world and held in the hand and used and played. So that is what we're doing here. So we're opening Gleylancer. And if you don't open your special editions or limited edition games, and I'm sorry if you are feeling uneasy at the sight of it. Now this one I always thought was cool though, because it had a translucent red cartridge, which looks so cool no matter how you slice it. That is a cool looking cartridge. And this also comes with a certificate of authenticity limited to 5,000 copies. So 2 of those copies have come across my desk. And you know, you've got this beautiful repro manual as well. And very nice. Very, very, very nice. Open every video game. That is what I like to say, and that is what I like to practice. So there it is, Gleylancer, beautiful addition to the collection, to the play roster. Next up, and I have to tell you, all of these shmups that they've produced, I mean, all of these shmups are great. The Genesis / MegaDrive has so many great shmups. It's such a great collection of shmups. So it's like no matter what you buy, you're going to get a great game out of it. Next up is Sol-Deace. And this is a beautiful one I got off of the secondary market. The seller was asking for a little bit over retail. I made an offer that was a lot closer to retail, and it was accepted. You can tell it had been sitting on this person's shelf / or virtual shelf for quite some time. And at the end of the day, if something's not selling, you want to sell it. You want to get some money for it if you have no interest in keeping it. And so I was able to acquire Sol-Deace. It's got some beautiful gold foil lettering on here, and let's crack this one open. Now that I have my trusty tool handy. So I'll try to keep that hype sticker intact at least, in case I could save these. But no harm, no foul if I can't. So there is Sol-Deace. It's got the nice slipcase like the rest of them. Beautiful box art there. Take a look at the back. And this one also, oh wow, this is like a, from my vinyl experience, I'm gonna call this a dark galaxy translucent cartridge. It's a little bit transparent, but it's got like this galaxy star kind of pattern to it. It looks awesome. So that's an awesome cartridge. This also has a certificate of authenticity limited to 3,000. And also we have an instruction manual and ooh, what is this? A poster? See now, or no, is this a poster? Yeah, this is a poster. See now, I might actually just hang this up. It is not too precious for me to keep this. Well, it's double-sided too. Check this out. Check this out. Look at that side. Sorry, I have the camera upside down, so I'm like trying to orient it properly, so bear with me. And then this side, where it's so vertical. That is awesome. So I actually might hang this up. I don't have a ton of room for posters, so it may, I don't know. It may go up, it may not. But so with this one, you get a poster and you get a manual. Very nice. And your certificate of authenticity with the slipcase. I mean, these are really, you know, beautiful additions. They really, really are. All right, the next two are related to each other, and I meant to pre-order these, and I missed it, and I was happy to see that at the moment, or at the moment I purchased this at least, but probably still, VGPlus out of Canada had both of these available, and I found out after the fact that not only do they still have these available at regular retail price, but they actually had the special collector's edition with a slipcase for both games and some other goodies for about the same price. I think these were $60 each, but that special collector's box edition is $120, which is basically the same price as both of them. And I found that out after I ordered these, so I totally missed out on getting that. I didn't feel like canceling my order and then reordering it and all that other jazz, so I missed out. There were a couple of cool extras, but I've made peace with it. And so this is Grindstormer, part of the Toaplan series, where they've actually, you know, made more of these games, and this is volume 6. And so Grindstormer, or V5, an amazing game, something that I think everyone would have in their collection in terms of the original if you can get it. But you know, Grindstormer and a lot of these other shmups that they're reproducing are very, very expensive on the open market, to the tune of about, you know, usually like at least $100. And sometimes you'll get a case in questionable condition, sometimes you'll get a manual, sometimes you won't, sometimes the cartridge will be dirty. I have to tell you, some of the people that sell these original, you know, Genesis or Super Nintendo games, they don't even clean them. When I get them in, if I ever buy one of these, or if you find it at a tag sale, you get it in and it's like you run a cotton swab and a little bit of alcohol across, you know, the board, and it's dirty. And sometimes that affects whether it works and how well it works. Sometimes people think these games don't work, and it's just because they haven't cleaned them. So anytime you buy like an original cartridge-based game, definitely give it a swabbing, and you know, it's a good experience. But in this particular case, we don't need to worry about that because these are all brand spanking new. And so this is Grindstormer getting opened. Got the hype sticker on the back, and we're going to open this beautiful game with the slip cover. Looks pretty good. So we will unslip it. And we got that beautiful artwork of the ship. Very nice. Very vivid colors on that. Let's open this bad boy up. Ooh, I didn't even know what color these cartridges were. This is like a... Again, I feel like I'm collecting vinyl here, but this is a... I think in the vinyl world, we would call this a milky white translucent case. I do have some milky white vinyl. So that's awesome. That looks cool. I'm glad they do different colors for these. You might as well mix it up a little bit. And this one comes with the manual. These are really like printed on high quality paper, glossy paper and stuff. Very cool. No other goodies with this. No certificate of authenticity. Just the game, the manual, and the slipcase. And that's okay by me. Game Liberation Front, sealed copy division, doing some work here, doing some work for the shmups. All right, next up is Volume 5 of the Toaplan Collection. This is Slap Fight, and just another great shmup to have in the collection. Got the hype sticker on the back, and let's crack it open. I mean, honestly, all of the Toaplan games that have been released in this format, they're all great. I think the other two I have on my list that I want to get on the secondary market are Hellfire, and I would also like to get Zero Wing. And so I'm looking at prices for those. They're out there, and they're available. So here is Slap Fight with the slipcase. Let's take a look at the box art, which is the same as the slipcase. Crack this bad boy open, and we have another translucent red cartridge, which looks just like the Gleylancer cartridge. Very nice. And then again, full color, high quality, glossy paper manual, and this, has room for your notes like back in the day. Did you ever rent a video game from a video store back in the day, and it came with a manual with notes, and like someone else left some codes or notes in the back? That was kind of cool to find those Easter eggs. And actually, now I noticed this. I think most or some of these have reversible case art. Is that true? Let's pull this thing out. Oh no, this one's not reversible. It's just... Oh yeah, that's reversible. So it has alternate case art. Slightly different on this one. Slightly different. And that's another cool feature. And I'm sure the other ones have interesting alternatives in there. So, sometimes I'm just cheeky about it, but I do think that when there are games that are just kind of out there, sealed copies, they're just waiting for someone to open them and play them. I come from the comic book world where, I used to collect graded comics, and then you would buy one to read, and then you would buy one to grade, or you would get this really great comic book from back in the day, and it would be graded, and you couldn't touch it, you couldn't look through it, and they do that with games now too. I don't see myself ever buying a graded game. That doesn't really do anything for me. I do like having copies of shmups that I love and shmups that I intend to play. This is always fun to do, just cracking them open and ensuring that these shmups will be played and enjoyed in the world and not sealed in perpetuity. Thanks for stopping by and opening these with me. Does this get you in the mood to play some Genesis/MegaDrive shmups? Are any of these 5 amongst your favorites? Do you keep your games sealed, or do you crack them open? Do you buy older reproduction versions of games? Are you interested in some of the games that are coming out that are new for old consoles, like Eartheon or ZPF? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.